So this isn't the first time you're hearing from me, or maybe it is, but we're back with a Niners rebuild, and we are the new coach. So the 49ers are one of the roughest looking rosters in the league right now, if not the roughest. I would honestly say they're the worst team in the sense that they still have Kaepernick and his contract. If it wasn't for that, they're not too bad. There's a lot of things we can do, but honestly, the draft's going to be the biggest issue for us, as we really don't have that much trade bait the way it is. We're looking at replacing the left out, but other than that, we do have a young pass rush. We have a great free safety, a decent cornerback. We're probably going to put Jaquisti. What is his name? Jaquisti? I don't know. We're going to put Tart in at starting strong safety, most likely. Sorry if you're not going to be liking this if you're a Niners fan, although, hey, better trading off most of the team than continuing to lose, I guess. But let's get this thing going. So here we trade Terrence Knight in the 6th round for Dak Prescott. With injuries off and pre-existing injuries off, the Cowboys never got to see how good he is, as Tony Romo never got hurt. So here we trade Josh Bynes, a 4th round, and Blaine Gabbert for Corey Coleman from the Browns. Here we trade Colin Kaepernick for Brino Giacomini and a 1st round next year from the Jets. Don't expect me to know the name of Brino Giacomini. I know he was a Packer, but don't give me that crap. Here we trade Torrey Smith, Quentin Coples, and a 2nd round draft pick for Sammy Watkins. So here we trade Ahmad Brooks, Eugene Monroe, and a 5th round draft pick for Alec Ogletree and TJ McDonald. And the thing that sucks is TJ McDonald does need a contract, but we'll see what we do. We'll see. We might not even keep. I know it was a little steep, but we trade Will Hill, Tremaine Brock, and our 1st round draft pick, number 3 overall, for Marcus Peters. I know it was a little steep, especially in the count that the Niners pick is actually worth quite a bit. But if we can get some decent trades going, we might end up getting like the 10th pick anyways. So it's just like, the 10th pick for Marcus Peters, I think it's worth it. So here we actually get the Colts next year and this year 1st round draft pick for Gerald Hodges, Greg Hardy, and a 6th round draft pick. I'm actually really surprised that happened. Here we trade Jeremy Curley, a 5th and a 7th round for Jack Conklin, one of my more favorite moves. It's not something like I'm hugely into, but I really do like Jack Conklin a lot in this game. So here we trade Owen Daniels, a 4th round next year, and Marcus Cromartie for a 1st round this year from the Texans. So here we trade our 3 middle linebackers that are all pretty young for Laramie Tunsil and a 1st round from the Dolphins. I've never made that trade for Laramie Tunsil. I think he does have normal development trait, but I think he could go up. We'll see. We have a lot of linemen to trade off and work around, see what we're going to do. We have a lot of different options. I'm not exactly sure if we want to just develop the linemen, because we're not a year 1 team at all. Obviously, anything can happen. We could easily win it all with this team somehow, but talent-wise, we're really not there yet. So here we trade Dante Johnson, the young cornerback, and 2 5th rounds for Dayon Buchanan. Obviously, he does go up at strong safety by a lot. We already have a strong safety. We might keep him. We'll see what we do. But our team's looking a little bit better. We're getting there. So here we trade, I don't even remember what his name is, like Quintarius or Quentin Dial and Bernadou for Brandon McManus and a 2nd round draft pick from the Broncos. I was trying to get a bit of cornerback maybe. Trying to maybe trade away half the team for Von Miller. But honestly, the kicker, that was actually a really good choice. Honestly, we need a kicker, and we got a much better one and a much younger one, so I think that was a great choice by us. Plus, we got a 2nd round draft pick. So here we trade Luis Vasquez and John Asamoah, plus a 6th round draft pick for Ronald Darby. Here we trade Joe Staley, Garrett Reynolds, and a 3rd round draft pick for Jarvis Landry. See, we desperately needed a lineman. I've never went for Eric Fisher, so I'm not really sure what kind of move we're making here. But Zane Beadles, a 4th string cornerback, and a 7th round draft pick for Eric Fisher. So this was a debatable one. Very debatable, but I think it was a good choice. Tank Carradine and Eli Harold for Vic Beasley. So a young right outside linebacker and a somewhat young 3-4 pass rusher on the inside. One of my favorite players from Ultimate Team for Vic Beasley. I've never made that move, but I think overall it's a really great choice. So here we pretty much swap tight ends with the Lions, but Marcel Reese, a 7th round, and a backup cornerback for Eric Ebron. Here we trade a young right tackle, Gerard Eddy, and a next year 3rd round for Brandon Linder at center. So here we trade TJ McDonald, Antoine Bethea and a second round next year for the Bears' first round pick. I probably should have tried to get like a fourth round out of him as well. But so we trade Ben Grubbs, Kilgore, and a second round this year for who the hell? The Rams' first and second round next year. Almost forgot what team we were going trading with. Here we trade Jeff Schwartz, Andrew Tiller, and Martin. Tiller's actually not bad at all, but we have no use for him. For the Falcons next year, first round. So we're rich as hell. We have a damn decent young team. I think our lineup's already set. Tunsil's supposed to be a left guard, and Garnett at right guard. But I mean, what's done is done so far. I'll probably switch him last second. The offense, the team in general, let's be honest, it's not the best. But by next year, we should be looking decent. We should be looking all right. But yeah, pretty much I'm going to switch up those two minor things, and we're going to simulate to week 3 and then to the playoffs, which, I mean, in this division, didn't even think about it till just now. Probably not going to happen. So we're into the week 3, which means we're going to look at the potential rookies that are switching over to the sport of football, and there is none. We do have a guy to re-sign. I don't know if we can do it yet. It's going to be a little bit of a spoiler. We are 1-1. Nothing really big. I mean, every team's 1-1 except for, I believe, the Seahawks it showed. So we have a couple of guys to re-sign. Now here, this is a good point to note. I wasn't going to trade Vance McDonald, but I am not paying that kind of money to re-sign him. Same with Quentin Patton and pretty much everyone else. Actually pretty much everyone else. But I seen people actually wanted Vance McDonald, so I think we're going to trade him because he's not that expensive, but is he worth the money? I think we'll give him the offer. Is he going to take it? Glad we got the deal done. I think it was worth it. So here I'm just going to swap tight ends with the Buccaneers. I know Brate isn't nearly as great as Vance McDonald, but I'm not going to re-sign Vance McDonald. I would assume Brate probably needs to be re-signed too soon. So we're on to week 17. I don't know if we're going to be doing well, and of course we missed the playoffs. Wasn't really expecting to make the playoffs, let's be honest. Okay, 4-12. I also wasn't expecting that. So our pick very well probably was the first overall pick, which sucks. Let's take a look at this team schedule. So preseason really doesn't prove much. Regular season, I just want to see some I was saying I want to see some decent, like, close games. It's 50-50, but for the most part, we did deserve our losses. We got to see who won all these awards. MVP Rodgers, don't see that happening in real life, and I'm a Packer fan. So Dak Prescott, okay, not great. Running, all right, so Carlos Hyde was actually really good. He didn't fumble much. The biggest problem with this team is the touchdowns. Just no touchdowns at all. Rushing, we had a decent bit. Receiver is absolutely disappointed. 100% disappointed. I would assume a lot comes from the O-line. 13 sacks, 20 sacks. Not too much. Just not a great season at all. Interceptions. Marcus Peters, he looks to probably go up in overall. He's got 4 picks. That was a great season for him. Sacks. 9.5 for Aaron Lynch, 6 for Vic Beasley. Okay, so overall, this team just played terribly as a unit. Carlos Hyde was the only real guy. And honestly, the inside of the line actually was pretty solid. 31st in offense, very realistic real life, and 30th in defense. So we have lots of work to do. I didn't expect to do nearly that bad. Like, I didn't expect to have a great season. I said it already, but I didn't expect to do that bad. Did we get any awards at all? Were we close to anything? Offensive Rookie of the Year, you got Ezekiel Elliott. Dak freaking Prescott, number 2. That really sucks. No one on defense. We could get Best DB. That's the only thing I could really see us getting. Best O-lineman. Some of our guys actually did play really well. Best DB, did we get it? Did we get it? And we are nowhere near. Nowhere near. So the Cowboys look to have a pretty strong team this year. Let's take a look at XP. Not looking good at all for XP. Honestly, not even sure if we're going to use any of it, since I do want to get some development trait. So we need offensive linemen. Left tackle is not an issue, but those guys are usually the most talented. So you might have to get a left tackle and put him at guard. Okay, not good. A lot of left guards that are decent, and that was a really good player before that C showed up. B+, C+, no thank you. Play really well there, since that's what he used to play. And man, a lot of these guys, they were looking decent, and then they just fall off the wagon. McManus, we're definitely going to sign him. Brait does need a contract, ironically, but he is a lot cheaper, so I'm debating on signing him. So obviously we're going to go with McManus. He's 100% going to be re-signed. And let's see, did he sign? That's a good offer. I'm happy. It'd be pretty weird if it did. And of course, the Patriots absolutely smoked the Seahawks. Normally the Patriots barely win. And nothing really crazy. Pretty average stuff. Andrew Whitworth is expensive and old. But I might just offer him a... Ooh, Luke Wilson. So we actually have a chance here to maybe sneak off with some players. No one's offering him. We have a shot. We have a shot. Get rid of the whole signing bonus. Then trade him. You know, he's not bad. Wants a 1 year. Let's offer him a 2 year just to make it a little bit more valuable. Now go into the next round. I highly doubt it. And okay. So I'm actually really shocked. Especially with Whitworth. That is really shocking. We completely took away his bonus. Take a look. We have combine ratings as well. Early quarterback. See, this is tough because Dak Prescott, he could do it, but with normal development trait in a bad year one, this could be like the make it or like break it season for us right here. Like this move right here. Holy crap! Look at this middle linebacker, guys. Don't know if you could pass up on him. We don't need a middle linebacker at all, but I don't think you can pass up on him. If we can get him at about 8, I don't know what our draft pick is looking like. Hopefully, we have one in the top 5. Oh my God! Okay, so. That guy took an absolute 180 from the other guy. So we have a 7.3. We'll take a look. Late first round, and he's all right. He's all right. Not super talented, but you see much worse. I don't know. I know he's old, but I can't believe no one else tried. Like, we got him for a pretty damn good deal. $7 million a year for 2 years. Got the 5 and the 7. I think we have a third pick, 17. And I don't think we have anything else. All right, so can I remember who number 1 was? Because I think we're number 1 pick. Oh, yeah, we used the Chiefs got our number 1 pick because we used our first overall pick for Marcus Peters, which is worth it. Let's take a look at a draft pick. We're just going to see. We're going to test the waters. Obviously, this isn't going to work, but we'll try. See where we're at. They also have the 30th pick. All right, so it did work. The Dak Prescott in a first round, 17th pick. For the first overall pick. I mean, to be fair, a quarterback is rated really good. This is rough. Because I do think Dak is pretty damn good. Who do we get? Superstar development trade. Thank you, Jesus. 84 overall. Very, very, very good. Because when you got those B plus B, everything could go down the shitter. Like, that medium could have been like 68 or something. But we landed a really good quarterback. I think finally we made the right choice. And it's kind of funny. The Niners, in almost all my rebuilds, they always land a really damn good quarterback. And we're the Niners user, and we land a damn good quarterback. That's freaking crazy to me. I don't know if you can pass up in this middle. I'm not going to take him here because he's not 100% needed. See, the clock is running. That's a reach. Who cares? Who cares? Superstar development trait. Supposed to go 12th. We took him 5th. 86 speed, 90 tackle, 88 hit power. Very good. Very good player. Let's see what the Cardinals take. So they were going to take him, you little bastards. So here we trade. It's a little confusing. Here we trade our 7th pick and a quote-unquote bad pick next year, down 11 spots to the Browns for their spot and their next year first-round overall pick. He's so far down there, but we're just going to take him right now. And he is quick development, 75 overall. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's actually a decent draft pick. But, of course, we are going to end this draft. And we had a damn good draft. We had a really good one. We had got 2 really great players that are superstar, and we got a quick development guard. Here we trade for Antonio Brown. We get rid of Ogletree, Whitworth in a first round for him. And we lost just about nothing because Whitworth, I was thinking about putting that guard, but we drafted a really good rookie. I know he only has quick, but he actually has decent potentials. Just get that superstar development trip, maybe his awareness up. And we land Antonio Brown. I know we don't really have any guys that are super duper tall. They're all, they're not bad. I don't think I've ever traded for Antonio Brown this year, though. And the young rookie quarterback, he could use as many targets as he can get. And he's got 4 good ones now. I'm a little shocked, but Eric Ebron, Eric Armstead, and a first-round draft pick for Von Miller, who I think does actually get extra re-signed. Oh, no, he doesn't get re-signed. What happens is he gets a huge bonus in contract. It's going to be a bad year for money. It really is. We do have a young quarterback, so we don't have to worry about that. Carlos Hyde, even if he does need a contract, I don't want to get rid of him because he's actually decent. Here we actually trade Laramie Tunsil and Joshua Garnett for Sharif Floyd. I hope he can change over to interior defensive lineman. So we were actually able to trade Ryan Matthews, Justin Forsett, and Terrence West to the Ravens for their next year first-round draft pick. So we trade Vic Beasley Jr. for Justin Pugh. I think his name is. I don't know. I've been told many times what his name is, but when it comes to actually saying it, I always mess it up. But this is pretty much what the team is going to be looking like this year. We need a backup tight end, of course. Backup running back would also help. But the offense is looking quite a bit better. Well, let me see. How much better? Yeah, quite a bit better. I can see it. Darby at middle linebacker, that's a really interesting choice. I think it's smart, though, because he has a good shot at winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Cornerbacks, really just got to develop them, and this year is the year we definitely need to draft one. But yeah, I mean, I think it's looking like a much better team. All right, guys. Here's what we're looking at. We're looking at a situation, and that situation is going to involve trading Jarvis Landry. 100%. We can't keep 3 insanely expensive wide receivers. We are rich. We got lots of money. It's just not worth it. We got Corey Coleman anyways. Improving the bonus would go a long way. All right, so he does want to stay. So, I mean, I think we can afford most of this. We have a quarterback that doesn't need a contract for a long time. Sharif, he actually looks really good. Like, I think he's going to have a really damn good season. So hopefully he signs. That's a good offer. Got it done. So we're definitely going to trade Jarvis really quick. So just like that, Jimmy Ward, Jarvis Landry, a third round for Brandon Cooks. The problem is now we don't have like any cornerbacks at all. So might have overtraded a little bit, but next year, second round for Eli Apple. Now we have ourselves a third string cornerback to use. It's going to be that sad moment when we have to also re-sign like fucking, what's his name, Brandon Cooks or something. That'd be really rough. So we actually were able to sign Antonio Brown, and of course Brandon Cooks also does need a contract. We literally just got him. Exactly what I'm, okay, I mean, just fuck. Our money is dropping quickly. We can afford it, but we're still losing it quickly, and I don't like it. It's good, so I'm just mass signing players now. Okay, so you guys are never going to believe this. We're 8-8, and you're probably like, oh, well, that's fucking terrible. Trust me. I got a few sneak peeks, and it's honestly a miracle. And honestly, like, even if it says I didn't force win, I swear to God, it's like EA did it for me. Look at the way we started. Oh, my fucking nose is itching. Loss, win, loss. So that's, believe it or not, 1-6. But then look at us. Win. We went on a 6-game? A 6-game win streak. Lost, oh my God, that was rape. And then we barely won. We actually, I believe, did we take that from the Rams? Or was it from the Cardinals? Okay, so I was about to say. But that was insane. Andy Dalton actually wins MVP, which is very surprising. The rookie, I highly doubt he got Offensive Rookie of the Year. Played pretty poorly, honestly. Carlos Hyde actually had a really good season. His development really hasn't been there, but he might be worth it. He's actually played really well, and he hasn't fumbled much. This is a very sad sight to see, though. Look at the frickin' receivers. Best receiving core in the league. Can't get a single 1,000 guy. I mean, it's an improvement, kinda, but still. Our offensive line played really well. I don't know. Maybe their overalls aren't playing well or not, but look at the sacks. Sharif Floyd with 11. Buckner with 8. Von Miller with 7.5. And Lynch just absolutely irrelevant. And I'm in the right scheme. I have a 3-4 scheme, 100%. Deion Buchanan played really well. Marcus Peters actually played really well as well. Who had the most tackles? Hopefully it was the rookie. It was the rookie. Nice. So kind of sacrificed Bowman a little bit. 19 for 22. Exactly what we need to see from our kicker. He says we barely made the playoffs anyways. 30th in offense. What's our defense? What is 9th defense? How did we even make it to the playoffs? But Andy Dalton was MVP. I highly doubt our guy even got Offensive Rookie of the Year. Honestly, I highly doubt it. Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson. Defensive Player of the Year, Bobby Wagner. Offensive Rookie of the Year. So our guy won it. It's pretty much just a handout. Did our defensive guy? Yes! There we go. That's huge. That is huge. Best running back. Was Carlos Hyde even in? So he was 7th. That's not bad. Best wide receiver. Our guys weren't even there. O-lineman. Pugh was there. He was actually close. Mike Daniels. No one there. Best DB. We should be up there. Dayon. Yes. Thank you. Our guy was 3rd. So we actually got 3 awards. What do we got? Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Our team's going to be looking really good. Our quarterback should be very good. Oh, he's got like almost all the traits too. Hey, let's get his awareness up. 80 awareness. Let's actually get it to 85. Screw it. 85 awareness. Play action. Let's get that to 80. Deep is pretty expensive. So he's an 87 overall. He still has a little bit of XP. Play action might be a little important, so let's just get that up. And let's get our short up 1. So 89 overall, first season. Very good. Miles Darby already has superstar. He doesn't have the high motor, so we'll give him that. Clutch, I don't think that matters. He's going to be better than Bowman year 1, I think. I think this year 1 is going to be better than Bowman. So he's an 88 overall year 1, just right at Bowman's level. First year, insane. Dayon already had some XP. Oh, did he get quick on his own? He definitely got it on his own. Or did we? We might have spent it, actually. I have no clue. I really don't. So we did have about 10 guys with about 10 to 12k XP. We're just going to keep it there because some of these guys are going to stay on the team for the long haul. It could happen. The defense is going to have to step up big time, though, because the offense just hasn't. It's proof. But believe it or not, the Redskins are actually 11-5, so that's actually really insane. So here we have the 11-5 Redskins. We are the 8-8 Niners, not the Redskins. We are not also the Redskins. We have a better team, which is ironic because, you know, we're struggling. EA, hello, I'm EA, and I think everyone's struggling when their user really pisses me off, not gonna lie. Now, as much as I believe this team very well could win the Super Bowl, I don't expect it. Especially since we're in the NFC West. It's not a division that's easy to win in. I believe we did was it the Saints rebuild? It was some rebuild where we took it 1 year. Saints rebuild? What am I even talking about anymore? I think it was the Rams rebuild where we took it 1 year, but the Seahawks took it 2 years. And you can see we're actually... Okay, so it's tied up into half. This is the best chance we have to stop them. I think we actually stopped them, believe it or not. So we do force a field goal, and we are tied up here. And it's a huge play downfield. 3rd and 3 to Sammy Watkins. And overall, this team's doing very good. I've learned over rebuilds that the biggest importance is a decent running back. And ironically enough, we couldn't get it done with our running back. But we did get 3 points. So as long as the defense can do what they did last drive... which doesn't seem likely now. Okay, guys, what are we doing here? And that's a touchdown. Or is it not? Wait, what? Oh, so oh, what? I have no idea. I'm just going to keep clicking A. And this is interesting here. So we won the game. Honestly, I'm not even going to say I know what happened. I have no clue. We won. Fair enough. We won by 3. I don't think we should have. I think what that sim was telling us is that we should have lost, and our quarterback played poorly, and as he always does. I don't know why. Not he does. Our quarterbacks always play poorly. 2 interceptions, though. That's one thing our quarterback didn't do. Carlos Hyde actually kind of played well. I know he fumbled and his yards per carry weren't great, but he still played all right. Our receivers were just terrible. There's not much of offense for us at all, and our young middle linebacker absolutely went off. Holy shit. He's definitely going to get player of the week. And a rough matchup. So we are an 88 and they're an 88. So I don't expect to win. Overall in rebuilds, we're much higher than the opponent. We barely win or we lose. This time we're actually tied. So that's not good. 2nd and 4. It could be a stop. It's not a stop. This is not good. And it's another touchdown. Both teams just absolutely getting destroyed right now. And that's game. That's game. We lost. Good job fumbling Carlos Hyde. And was it another fucking fumble as a penalty? Yep, we lost. I mean, clutch, but 4th and 3, we decide to run it. We're some sort of fucking geniuses here in San Diego, whatever, San Francisco. Some sort of geniuses. 4th and 3, down by 10, about 50 seconds left. Run the fucking ball. Let's run the ball because that's going to win us the game. Wow. All right. Wait, do we? We could use a defensive tackle, I think. Wide receiver. I think we're just hoping people develop. We also need a cornerback, perhaps. Oh, AA minus. Well, and then it goes down, but hey, it's still pretty good. I want to see who won the Super Bowl. I would give it to the Seahawks, obviously. They're good. And, of course, they win. Big surprise there. And then I'll have someone saying in the comment section of one of the videos, rebuild the Seahawks. It's like, okay, I mean, I'll definitely not do that, but thanks for the suggestion. I mean, let's be honest. We're not going to cry if he goes away, so I can't really offer him like an insane deal. And our team is there. Like, there's really not much we could go for that would change our team by a ton. Oh, shit, Odell Beckham. And I really shouldn't even look in the second round. Oh, all right, so maybe I was wrong because that guy doesn't look too bad. It's not the main lineman we're looking for, but we have a guy that we can no doubt take, assuming we don't freaking mess it up. And we should have a top pick. We do have the 4, 6. Do we have any other pick? I kind of hope we don't because that would mean we have a bad one. Ugh, 4, 6, 25, 28. Oh, I think I'm willing to take this spot from the Bengals. I could use that 27 to trade up to like 18 to grab a center. Bengals take a wideout. They do. Nice move. I like that move. That's one of my favorite. Ah, that guy's name was Favorite. That's why I said it. Number 6. So it's a bit of a reach. But we're going to take him. Make sure we get our guy. Quick development trait. Solid player. 79 overall. Definitely good for number 2 spot. Corey Coleman in the 3rd round for the 18th pick from the Bills. So we get a little bit cheaper. And we assumingly get some sort of lineman. I don't know if they're going to take our guy. But we're going to take this guy for sure. Can he be good? Quick development. Not exactly what I'm looking for. We're definitely going to take the other guy as well. If he's there. So we're going to take him. And I think we're done with the draft. And we still have lots of picks, so that's going to value pretty nice. Ooh, wrong player. This guy. He'll probably drop a bit, but I don't care. Another quick development trade. He looks better than the other guy, so we'll compare the two. Whoever's better plays. So I don't know if I made a mistake or something, but we still have Linder. I'm almost certain I traded him. Or just let him go into free agency, but I guess he's with us again? I don't know how that works at all. So we trade Ian Williams, Eric Fisher, and a first-round draft pick for Chris Harris Jr. and Donald Stephenson, who, very expensive. I don't want him, but it was the only way we could make the trade with the expense around that deal. I know you might think it's steep, but honestly, I was as stingy as I could, and this is the cheapest I could get. But a 2nd and 3rd rounder plus Navarro Bowman for David Bakhtiari and Bulaga. And I know you're thinking, wow, that was the dumbest trade ever. And it wasn't great, but I needed a better left tackle / right tackle, and I wanted to pay as little as I could. So here we actually trade off a great chunk of money. Brian Bulaga, Donald Stephenson, and Brandon Linder for Joel Bitonio. So here we trade for a player I've never been able to trade for, but a first round and a 2nd round, and Masklowski with the center we just drafted for Muhammad Wilkerson, who most likely will be playing defensive tackle. So here we trade the wide receiver we just drafted, a backup cornerback that we don't need, and a 7th round draft pick for the next year, Burrs 1st round. The Burrs. So our team's getting a little bit better every single season. I wish the running back position was a little bit better. Carlos Hyde, he's done well. He's just not getting a lot of XP. The offensive line, I could have changed it around to where, honestly, it would have been a better team overall. Pugh would have been at right tackle at 88 overall. Conklin would have been at center at 81 overall. And then the difference would be Joel Bitonio would be an 86 at right guard. But the young right guard we have right now would be an 73 at left guard. So I think this is better overall. But the defense gets quite a bit better as Muhammad Wilkerson actually goes up in overall to a defensive tackle, as I thought he probably would. The defense is definitely the strong suit of this team, I personally would say. Of course, it comes down to actually producing. Doesn't matter how good your potentials are. You actually have to produce. So we can see here we did not make the playoffs. Okay, we are 9-7. We just didn't make the playoffs. Honestly, we might have to do a Cardinals rebuild. They're not the greatest team in the world in real life, and they've been very bad in sim. like every single sim I ever do. Any rebuild I ever do, they're always terrible. No receiver over 1,000 yards. That's freaking fantastic. I honestly think EA is just being really stingy with these, like, just like the sim wins. Like, look at this. 12 sacks allowed only. The whole team. Miles Darby, or Dan's, it is Darby actually. I was kind of surprised. Miles Darby has an insane season. I would assume we got Chris Harris Jr. an award, and that's it. Maybe best linebacker for Dansby, but that's it. MVP, Ezekiel Elliott. All right. So that is crazy. That is very shocking. The Cowboys are insane. They really don't need a rebuild. They might be the last team I rebuild, even though their defense is pretty rough. Offensive Rookie of the Year, the Bears got a guy, which is about damn time. Did we have a guy in there? Backup middle linebacker, almost got it. Best running back, where was our guy? Not even on the list, but I'm not even going to look at wide receiver. O-line, we had Pugh, but he was far down. So the Cowboys had 4 offensive linemen in the top 10. Best linebacker, our guy was 4th. Best DB, somehow we didn't get number 1. Best kicker, somehow we didn't get number 1. All right, we got 0 awards. It just, it's once again proof that it's just all luck with sim. Obviously, the better team you have, the better chances. But still, there's just no reason that we shouldn't have won. Our money situation is rough, so we are going to have to let go of Darby. I don't want to look at his player card. I honestly probably wouldn't even sign him anyways. Okay, so the Mike Brown wins his first Super Bowl, so I believe the Bengals won the Super Bowl, which is not likely. They can't even win a playoff game. But Andy Dalton does all right. Jimmy Garoppolo, that's interesting. Goat. The 1-year rookie, the guy they traded up for, gets a Super Bowl. He's the biggest star there, too. That's insane. But yeah, we're going to look at pass rusher, and then if we don't find anyone, we're just going to trade for someone. This guy looks all right. We have the first overall draft pick. I don't think that guy that we want is too high. You would think he would be since he's really good. So he is a mid-round, but he's probably the best, though. So that's rough because you're not guaranteed to get him just because he's mid-rounder. So we'll try to go down. Oh, we can't go down. It's gross. Oh, 8 is already great. So here we trade our first pick overall for the Cardinals' 4th in the first round, their 2nd round, and their 3rd round picks. I'm just going to take them. Normal development trait. So his talent is right where we placed him, but his development trait is terrible. We have this random wide receiver here. I'm just going to take him for the hell of it, and it was a waste of a pick, which is stupid. I don't know why I do that because it's not realistic at all. Like, it's zero realistic because no team's going to take a player they haven't scouted. So it was steep as hell, but Von Miller, a 1st round and a 2nd round this year for Jalen Ramsey. So here we trade Chris Harris Jr., a 2nd round and a 6th round this year for Anthony Barr and a backup quarterback. So our cap situation still a little shaky, but it could be a lot worse. There's a few more players that we can get rid of to help the cap situation out a little bit. So we trade up here, straight up, Jack Conklin for the rookie Tanner from the Broncos. I'm surprised they even have him, as they already have, I think it was Jake Fisher. They have some left tackle that was the exact same overall as the guy we just traded them, so I was really surprised by that. So this is potentially the last roster you'll see before the rebuild is over, since I don't think we're going to be able to afford the guys once next year comes around. I think it's good enough to win it. I think the free safety position could be upgraded, but overall I think it's good. I'm not 100% satisfied with the way our guys developed. It could have been worse, 100%, but also at the same time, not super happy the way our guys developed. The only guy that really developed the way he should have is the quarterback position, and Darby. Everyone else is very iffy. I would hope 11-5 is our record. Von Miller, watch him go like ape shit. He'll probably get like the NFL record and everything. It's so ridiculous. He's so expensive because he's one of the best right now, and yet he just never performs for me in rebuilds or anything. So I believe we have our wow. All right. So we lost to the Seahawks, and Carlos Hyde fumbled 3 times, but we do have a bye week, I believe, and we were 11-5. So I think the Seahawks actually missed the playoffs, and Bach actually looked to have a damn good season, and he does very impress, and that's just too many fumbles. A great year rushing for yardage, but too many fumbles. finally having a good season receiving as well. Brandon Cooks, you can't have 3 guys with great numbers, but 2 is good enough. The young Tanner, 15 sacks allowed, but overall the offense doing very good. And man, this is like the best linebacker I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen better. Miles Darby with 4 picks. 4 picks for Eric Reed. Dayon with 4. The DB is just very good this year. Anthony Barr had 2. We're 100% in the right scheme, so I just don't know. I don't know. Is this a quarterback, I would assume? Victor Garza. I would assume that's a quarterback. Bach was up there for MVP. Almost got it. Let's take a look. Do we have any award at all? Any sort of award? Offensive Rookie of the Year. So he definitely has to be a quarterback. The Cowboys are just so good, man. They're so good. They're just always really good in sim. Wide receiver, no. O lineman, no. D lineman, no. Linebacker, no. DB. So we got nothing. McManus didn't even win Kicker of the Year. We are going to, well, I'll show you guys that we didn't cheat. Because this would be perfect timing for me to cheat, considering we have had a very on and off rebuild. So we have a couple of games here. They all seem to be very close games. That win against the Rams was pretty solid. So was the Buccaneers. And that last game loss to the Seahawks. We did use our XP. Like I said, it wasn't a ton. What is our overall? Probably a 92, I would assume. 91 maybe. 91, not bad. Could go to a 92. Don't know if we'll be able to see it, though, as the Saints made it to the Super Bowl last year. And for whatever reason, they are rebuild breakers. And it's just so rough. Although I don't think there's much they can do. They score 3. But this is looking very dominating from us. And we're just absolutely killing them. So it's going to quickly sim, but it's not over. And we absolutely drained the whole game on that drive. Very solid drive. So we are on to the NFC Championship game. A very convincing win against the Saints. The defense absolutely came alive. We definitely did better. 4 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Interceptions suck, but touchdowns are the most important thing. Carlos Hyde actually had a really good game. We had a backup here that wasn't too bad either. No fumbles. That's the good part. That's the good part I like to see. Sacks. Aaron Lynch had 2.5. Wilkerson had a half. Sharif had a 1. Darby, of course, got his hand on the ball. Not even a question. I can't believe Darby. He's so beast. So we are a 93 overall offense, 97 defense, which is not a surprise. I definitely could tell our defense is better than our O. Sim is all that matters. They do have an 88 overall. We have a 92 overall, though. So we should be able to take this game. Finally, we score back, but okay, so that was interesting. It was looking very bad there. But hey, we actually were able to score right back. And 2nd and 10, and a huge play on 3rd and 6. That might be the biggest play of the game, as without a touchdown here, I don't think there's a chance we come back. And in 1st and 10, Darby, the greatest middle linebacker ever. And he leads that team. I mean, he didn't lead us to this touchdown, but he's the reason why we got it, as the defense gets off the field, and there it is, a punt, and we score a touchdown. So this has been a really big, it's really weird. It's been a really big offensive battle, but there he goes, Jalen Ramsey getting a pick. We might have just won the game there. I think we did, but it was a really big, like, early 3rd quarter. It was defense was the whole thing, and then it just lit up late in the 3rd. Both teams just scoring rapidly, but for the most part, it was us, and they do have a chance to potentially come back here. I don't see it happening, but it very well could. Carlos Hyde has fumbled quite a bit over the last few years, and I believe that is game, so we are on to the Super Bowl. Let's see if, if Bach can get it done. Let's see if he can win this. So a 92 versus an 82 overall, so it would only be fitting for us to lose this game. We do have the ball, so this isn't great for them. But if they can make a stop like they just did, it is a great field goal, as we have one of the best kickers in the league right now, Brandon McManus. Just a great player overall. 3rd and 4, they get 5. So the Bills aren't out of it. They very well could make this comeback. Are they going to do it? They could. They still have a chance. 2nd and 7, though. Sacked by Muhammad Wilkerson. 3rd and 12, sacked by Anthony Barr. They are going to punt it. Very questionable decision with our offense, as potent as it is. Oh, they have a chance. With that field goal, I don't see it happening. We're going to quickly sim, and that is the game. We win. We win the Super Bowl. The Niners win a Super Bowl. Let's go. There we go. They got another Super Bowl on the legacy leaderboards, and of course those little Super Bowl trophies flapping around in the wind. Niners are happy. Who wouldn't be? It was a magical season. Took a little bit longer than we would like to, but Bach played very well. We drafted quite possibly the greatest middle linebacker of all time. It seems like he was getting a pick a game in the playoffs. I mean, no less than 4 picks a season. Always leading us on tackles. Insane player. I've never seen that. Definitely the best middle linebacker I've ever drafted. Weird quarterback situations. Tyrod Taylor he absolutely got locked down. Once again, Carlos Hyde did very well. But look at this, though. Tyrod Taylor, 11 rushes for 109 yards and a touchdown. I don't know what the record is for a quarterback in a Super Bowl, but that could have taken it. I don't know. Could be the record. And basically, this defense actually did come alive with sacks. Anthony Barr making up for his lack of sacks. Darby had a half a sack with a pick. I mean, just so insane. You have 14 players to re-sign. Okay. You know, I thought it was going to be really bad, but this is possibly doable. I'm not sure. The guy we obviously need is Jalen. That's the number 1. I think we can't afford him. Nope, we can't afford him. Fuck it, I'm ending the rebuild. We could afford players, but we would be looking really bad for next year. Not team-wise, but just for the fact that we'd have to re-sign the quarterback. I'm happy with the way the rebuild ended, though. So, I mean, fair enough. We won the Super Bowl. And then we don't do it every time. You know, and you would think, oh, these rebuilds are so easy, but we don't win the Super Bowl all the time, and I do try my best. The only thing I would say I mess up with sometimes is I draft a guy just for the hell of it. I always say that. But overall, I think we do try our best, and we win it sometimes and we don't. This was a decent rebuild. I actually was pretty happy with this one. We got a quarterback early. Turned out to be great, and pretty much rode his shoulders and the middle linebacker to success. Darby's a 93 overall. He's 26 years old. 86 speed, 88 excel, 84 agility, 83 strength, 95 play rec, 89 hit power, 98 tackle. And he probably should have won some more Best Linebackers of the Year awards. I mean, 2 straight years with 4 picks and no Best Linebacker. All right, EA. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, maybe subscribe. I bring at least 1 rebuild a week. I'm going to try to not be so freaking lazy and get 2 rebuilds a week. So look forward to Wednesdays and Saturdays, as for sure Wednesday's going to have a rebuild, but maybe Saturdays as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! What is going on, guys? We are back with another rebuild on the channel, and we're doing the Raiders. What is going on, guys? We are back with another video on Madden 17, and this is our fantasy franchise as the Broncos. So, yeah, you just watched one of my videos. You could probably leave now. There's nothing really here left for you, other than maybe like and subscribe or something. Bye!